Today, the desert is a virtually lifeless place where only a few species of animals can survive. However, this was not always the case. Millions of years ago, some of them were covered with huge coniferous forests, others with water where many different creatures unknown to science today lived. Therefore, nowadays deserts are a real gold mine for archaeologists. Welcome to Y Channel. Enjoy watching. Leviathan. In November 2008, Leviathan was discovered in the desert in Cerro, Colorado. It is a type of extinct cetacean that lived in the Middle Miocene, about 10 million years ago. Based on the discovered fossils of the skull, its length was estimated at about 3 meters, width at 1.9 meters, and the maximum body length of this animal could be up to 18 meters, which is approximately as much as a modern sperm whale measures. According to scientists, Leviathan had the largest teeth of any whale found. The diameter of these teeth is approximately 12 centimeters, and their length exceeds 36 centimeters. Contrary to the modern sperm whale, this species had teeth in the lower jaw, not in the upper jaw like the sperm whale. Leviathan was both a predator and a megalodon that lived at the same time and in the same region. Probably Leviathan hunted marine mammals, including other whales. Skeletons of giants. Historical chronicles of the 19th century often report findings in various parts of the world of skeletons of extremely tall people. It looks like there may be remnants of some civilization from the past. The high rise is amazing, but it can be related to the level of gravity. This is actually one of the hypotheses explaining why ancient lizards were so huge. Besides, not only lizards, but also insects were huge. If there were people in those times, it can be assumed that their size was also larger than the one we know today. However, many people believe that most of the pictures with the remains of the giants are reworked by computer. Not without a reason. It is interesting that in 1,893 very interesting bone fragments were found. The humerus, tibia, and fibula, which French archaeologist Georges Vacher de Lapouge says may have existed for over 10,000 years. Also, according to the same scientist, the fossilized bones may have belonged to one of the tallest persons that ever existed. Based on the size of the bones, I suggested that their owner might have been about 3.5 meters tall. Whale remains. About 37 million years ago, when the climate was much warmer and our planet was actually a blue planet, in Egypt, where now is the Sahara Desert, there were giant whales, sea turtles, sharks, and all other sea monsters. One whale named Basilosaurus died there. His bones had been shrouded in a layer of sediment for many years. According to scientists, in the place of today's Sahara there was once a sea. The found whale measures 15 meters, and its maximum length could be up to 25 meters. Archaeologists have spent a year excavating the entire skeleton of this whale. Interestingly, however, other whale fossils were also found in this region, which turned out to be neighbors of the Basilosaurus. Alien remains. About 6 months ago, a small, elongated skull along with other unusual artifacts was found in a cave in the southern Peruvian Atacama Desert. It is assumed that cavers have discovered a skull and a tiny figure, most likely of extraterrestrial origin, but detailed research is needed to confirm this thesis. Brian Foster, who investigated the remarkable findings, said the skull bone was roughly 5 millimeters thick. The ancient skull is covered with hard, gray leather that has not been touched by the tooth of time. So far, very little is known about these finds. However, according to ancient legends, people with elongated skulls had the same extraordinary abilities as the gods. This means that deities in ancient times may have been aliens in the video shown. Hand with 3 fingers. Found less than a year ago in Peru. Fragment of a hand with 3 very long fingers. According to experts, it is not like the limbs of any known land creatures. In addition, there is a nail on the outside of one of the fingers, which has a surprisingly human appearance. A piece of metal that could be an implant was also discovered. Currently, however, it is only known that it is made of bones and skin. It is interesting that in 1928, archaeologists led by Giulio Tello discovered some of the most mysterious burials in the history of archaeology. During the excavation works, they found traces of graves located in the heart of the desert. They found nearly 300 mysterious skulls, and research shows that they are nearly 3,000 years old. The research results also indicated that the researchers were dealing with a completely new humanoid species that clearly differed from Homo sapiens, Neanderthals, and Denisovans. However, what is even more interesting, according to the information available, a humanoid with 3 fingers instead of 5 and an elongated skull was found on the Nazca Plateau in Peru. Preliminary studies estimate the creature's age at around 245–410 AD, and its estimated height is 168 centimeters, and most likely it had no ears during its lifetime. It is worth mentioning that the researchers themselves point out that their goal is not to prove that the mysterious creature is an alien, but rather to investigate what it is at all. This is the correct approach, and we may find out more about it soon. When this happens, we will definitely inform you about it. Is an alien, but rather to investigate what it is at all. This is the correct approach, and we may find out more about it soon. Write in the comments if you liked it. You can like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon to not miss interesting materials.